Hi guys. I just thought I would get on here uh, and try to find something else to talk about. Well, I wanted to just kind of discuss my upbringing, my childhood, my parents. Basically, my mother was the one who raised me and my brother. Um, my brother moved out when he was 15 or 16. Him and my mom just did not get along. They always butted heads. He started drinking early, and he was abusive towards my mom. My mom was easily abused physically. Um, I remember one time going down. We lived in a little apartment, and I went downstairs and saw my brother holding a knife up to my mom's neck, like this. Um, And of course, I being younger, and I was just like screaming and I don't know what to do. Call 911. But he moved out and he went to go live with my grandmother because my mom and his relationship just was not healthy. He does not have a relationship with my mother at all, really, now. He's got a daughter. He's going on 40. I think me and my brother are 7 years apart. Had different dads. He's going on 40. I don't talk to him. My mom doesn't really talk to him. Very once in a while type conversation. Um, Me and my mother do not have a good relationship at all. Um, she just constantly, anything that is wrong in her life, anything that goes wrong, anything that goes missing, anything she can't find, anything that's broken, anything that is not absolutely perfect is somebody else's fault. It is never, ever, 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 ever her own fault. Never. I don't know what that kind of. I don't know what that would be called. Um, I don't know if that's narcissism or not. I don't know. Just nothing's ever her fault, ever. Um, we argue. We can't really be around each other. We just argue constantly. It's just an argument. Everything I do is wrong. The way I raise my kids is wrong. Everything I do is wrong. Um, Everything my significant other does is wrong. My significant other turned me away from my mother. It's his fault that me and my mother don't get along. This is what my mom would say. Um, oh, it's all his fault. He's brainwashed you. You're saying this because of him. Um, it's just, it's a very hard relationship. I can't do it. I have to eliminate toxic people out of my life because I already have so much going on that that extra toxicity coming from other people just makes it so much harder than it already is. Um, so I can't be around her. Um, she's getting to the point where she needs help as far as she has diabetes. She doesn't take care of her health at all. She doesn't take care of herself hygiene. She she's getting to that point where she needs somebody to help to be there. And my brother is definitely not going to do it. I don't want to do it. I have done it a few here and there. I don't want to do it. I would much rather her just go to like a nursing home or get a nurse to come and help her. I can't do it. My brother won't do it. Um, very hard being around her. And when she does get that little smidgen that she realizes, oh, if I keep acting like this, I'm not going to be able to see my grandchildren or my daughter ever. Then she'll be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It's not your fault. But that mind frame of hers only lasts for like 10 minutes. Not joking. That lasts for like 10 minutes. And then she's right back to saying it's all your fault. It's the most craziest thing. I don't know what that is called. If anybody knows what that might be, please let me know, because it's the craziest thing. It doesn't last long. It goes right back to everything's your fault. So I can't really have a relationship with her. My dad, he tried to kidnap me when I was 12 because he didn't want me being raised by my mother. Yet, he wanted my mother to get an abortion. He pushed her down the stairs to try and kill me inside of her. He wasn't in my life for the first 5 years of my life. But he tried to kidnap me when I was around 12 because I was doing horrible in school and he didn't want my mother raising me anymore. He locked me in his bedroom and he said that we were going to be going to a different state. During the night, there was a really high window, a small window that I managed to break and squeeze through. And I ran up the street to the nearest corner store and got help. And then my mother came and picked me up. Well, the police came. And then they took me back to my mother's. And my mother should have pressed charges, but for whatever reason, she didn't. And the cops were going to automatically press charges because of what happened. And then I kind of get a mental block. I don't know what happened after that. I don't. I'm sure my mind's protecting me from something I don't know. Um, then after that, so I was about 12 or 13. After that happened, I did not go to see my dad anymore. Me and my dad do not have a relationship. We don't talk. He came by my house 2 years ago out of the blue. And he started arguing with me, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to take this from you. I don't need to deal with this. Please leave. And when I said that, he got very angry, and he came at me physically. And I had to pretty much defend myself away from him because he was going to hurt me physically. And I haven't talked to him since then, so that's been about 2 years. I have not talked to him at all. And I don't plan on putting them back in my life or my children's lives. So basically, it's like I don't have a mother or a father. My significant other's mother and father is more like parents to me than my own parents. Now, I did have my mother's best friend. They dated for a little bit, but they were just best friends after they dated and broke up. It didn't work out like that. But they were best friends. He was there when my brother was born. He was there when I was born, 7 years later. He was the first male guy to hold me. And he accepted me as his. And he was the most amazing father I could ever ask for. He was just awesome. He was fun. He was funny. He made my life so fun when I was younger. Just, he filled my life with so much happiness. He was born with a bad heart. And he had a few heart surgeries, I think like 2 or 3 heart surgeries. And there was one time when he had to drive up to, we live in South Carolina, he had to drive up to North Carolina to help his brother with something. And so I didn't see him for about a week while he was gone. And then he came back. The night that he came back, he went to sleep and he passed away in his sleep. So I never got to see him after he came back from North Carolina. I went to his funeral. I saw him, his lifeless body in the casket. I was, I believe, in 3rd grade, maybe 4th. I think it's 4th grade. Yeah, 4th grade. So I was still young, but it impacted me. I did not cry at his funeral. I didn't want people to see me cry, which I still find weird to this day, that I was that young and didn't want people to see me cry, even though I was crying on the inside very much. I still miss him daily. I never have gotten over his death. I don't even really know where he's buried at. He was buried about an hour away from here. I've never been back to see his grave site or anything. I tried once, but I couldn't find it. I tried once, like 3 years ago. But, after he passed, I was at school when he passed away, actually. Or I was at school when when my mom found out he passed away. I got off the bus, went home, and then my mom and everybody, my mom, my grandma, my brother were all there, and they told me that he had passed away. And for some reason, I didn't believe him. I thought it was a joke, which I know sounds weird, but I thought it was a joke, and I was like, I ran upstairs and shut my door, and I cried. And ever since then, I didn't want to go to school anymore. I didn't want my grades dropped. I missed a lot of days. It's almost like I didn't want to go to school because I didn't want to come home and find out something else had happened. But yeah, I'm still not over that. I still have counseling for his death. 4 years ago, I had a pretty, like a mental breakdown where I pretty much locked myself in our basement type thing. I locked myself down there and I stayed down there as much as I could, and I just cried and cried, and I looked at pictures and I thought I was going completely like nuts. So like mental hospital, well, I've been in a mental hospital, but like straight jacket nuts. So but I just had a mental breakdown about his death, and I couldn't function. I had to stay down there. I had to stay away from people. I couldn't function at all. I still don't know how to take his death. I still don't know. It hurts daily. But, so yeah, I don't really have a mother or father. The father that I did have passed away. My real father is not my father, just by blood. So I've pretty much been a loner. Pretty much raised myself. I try to not be home as much as possible growing up. I was always at a friend's house or something like that. So I guess you would say I've had a pretty toxic childhood, which probably doesn't help with the way I am now. But I am really curious to find out what kind of mental illnesses my mother has to make her be the way she is. She's very closed-minded. She's not open-minded at all. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought it's getting on 16 minutes here. But that's just a little bit of background on my upbringing. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm pretty much open to letting anybody know whatever. Um, so yeah, that's about it. My kids are starting to scream, so I gotta go take care of them. I'll see you guys later. Bye.